WTL.
And welcome everybody to WTL. Where's the line? I'm your host, Andy Klassen, joined by
Jabron
the Parlay.
You got it.
Pounder.
We're back.
Yes, we are. And we're back in a big way. And we got a full NFL slate.
Yeah.
So let's dive right in.
Perfect.
New York Jets taking on the Miami Dolphins, a divisional game. A lot of things on the line. Maybe. And it's basically a coin flip here. The Jets, I guess, are the 1-point favorite.
Yeah. The Dolphins are hanging on by a thread right now, Andy. They need a victory over the Jets coupled with a Patriots loss to the Bills that we just talked about to secure an AFC wildcard spot.
Okay.
While that certainly sounds like an accomplishable, goal, Miami will be likely forced to thrust in third-string quarterback Skylar Thompson from the University of Kansas State. Bridgewater left in Week 17 with a finger injury, so they're thinking Skylar Thompson might be the play here. The only thing is, I really think this Skylar Thompson has the poise to. We've already seen him this year. Yeah. I think he has a win under his belt, if not some close games. The Jets are just kind of in a bad way right now.
Last time I looked it up in the dictionary, it was dumpster fire, and you spelled it Jets.
Jets.
Yep.
So I really, if I had to lean away in this one, I would lean towards the Dolphins covering that point.
Yep.
Maybe even throwing a money line bet on them, just because so much is at stake for the Dolphins. The Jets are kind of, like you said, in the dumpster fire. My best bet, obviously, is that 38.5 points.
Okay.
Go with the under. No scoring in this game, I don't believe. I think Miami might squeak out with a field goal.
No, I think that's fantastic. You have a majority of the money going in on that over.
Yeah.
I like the under as well. I mean, you're talking a third-string quarterback and maybe a third or even a fourth-string quarterback for New York.
Yeah.
I don't know. A guy named Mike White. I mean, does he even register as third, second?
I think he's third. But
is he third? Okay, so
maybe second. Yeah.
So 2 third-stringers going at it here. I
take the under.
Take the under, and I like Miami at home at Hard Rock Stadium. Let's do it. Lock it up. All right, let's move on out to what could be the final game at Soldier Field. The Soldier Field in Chicago. The Bears playing host to the Minnesota Vikings. Vikings have been roughed up a couple times this year. However, they have won 12 games. A little bit of an enigma here. I know I've been on the record saying I am a Minnesota Vikings believer. I won't hold that big of an argument. Well, they're the team you want to play in the playoffs. My argument to that is they're in the playoffs. They're better than most.
Yes, us being a Panthers fan and you being a Bears fan, we would love to be in that position of, you guys are terrible, but we're in the playoffs. Okay, we'll take that every year.
You terrible playoff team.
Yeah. This could be a game, Andy, which neither team wants to win. Neither team wants to win. The Vikings would still remain the number 3 seed with a loss, which means that they would play a team they already beat this year in a divisional round, New York Giants, which is a good matchup for the Vikings. A loss for the Bears would mean they would have the number 2 pick overall at worst. But one thing that is on the uptick for the Chicago Bears, Justin Fields just needs 64 rushing yards to set the NFL record for most rushing yards in a season by a quarterback. I think that they are going to roll him out, try to get this for the young guy. I really think it's a good record for him to have in his back pocket. So I do think the Vikings win this one 30-24. I think there are going to be some points scored in this game.
Okay. And last I heard, it's kind of back and forth, but I think Justin Fields wants that record.
For sure.
And why not? Young guy, and you haven't had a lot of highs this year. That first game in the rain.
Yeah.
Where everyone did the slip and slide into the end zone at the end. And then this, right?
Yeah. And then this.
Well, and then go out with a bang at home, possibly the last game at Soldier Field, win it for the boys, win it for whatever. But Vikings are just too much for me, and they've always been able to bounce back after a bad loss.
For sure.
Whether it's that bad home loss to the Cowboys, it doesn't matter.
It seems that they play better on the road after a bad home loss. So this could be a good game for them, kind of bounce back. The over-under is my
43.
best bet. I think the over in this one clears easily. I just think with Justin Fields trying to get all these yards and the Vikings trying to get, Justin Jefferson has a mark that he needs 194 receiving yards to set the NFL record for most receiving yards in a season.
It's there, though.
It's there, though. It's there for the taking. Justin Jefferson, I think, will be in a big part of the offense. If he's there close at the end, I think they still go for it. But like I said, I really like the over in this game as well, Andy.
All right, I'll take the over. And come on, Chicago. One time, I haven't even bet on you much this year.
Yeah.
But cover that 7.5 for me. You can do it.
You can do it.
It's at home. You're the home dog. That's my bet. It's my Bears.
There you go.
All right, we're going with Chicago. All right, let's move on to a game that could be a lot of fun here.
Yes.
And it didn't look that way a couple of weeks ago, but the New York Giants versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Philadelphia, a 14-point favorite as we speak.
Yeah, we're talking about a team that's a 14-point favorite on another playoff team, Andy. The Giants are in the playoffs, and they're a 14-point dog in Week 18. Something just not...
Yeah, this is
driving
goofy.
right for me. It's become clear for me, I believe, how much the Eagles are missing quarterback Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, it's been
There's
rough.
a reason he was in the MVP conversation because he was that elite of a player for them.
Yep. But they're still a favorite.
They're still a favorite.
By 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
I get it. I get it. It's at Lincoln Financial. It's in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
But this is a divisional game. New York is 12-4 against the spread this season.
Yeah.
Philadelphia's only 8-8 against the spread. The spread.
I really like the Giants to cover the spread. I am taking the Giants to cover the spread.
That over-under 43, I think it's
right there.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's right there.
That's a good one.
I do think it probably goes over, especially if the Giants are in this game late. I really like it to go over. So,
and believe it or not, the Giants have actually gone over 5 of the last 7 games.
Yeah.
They have smacked that over.
I like that. I really do. I like New York to cover, and I like the over as well.
And just speaking of the over, Philadelphia's gone over 8 of their last 11, even a better stat line than New York. So
They still score.
We are talking overs here.
Over.
Give me the overs. All righty. Should we move on to the nightcap?
Yep.
All right. So we're looking at a 7:20 Central kickoff. The Detroit Lions, a little bit of a surprise team, I think, for a lot of people.
For sure.
Taking on the Green Bay Packers. Both teams are sitting at 8-8 overall. What's interesting for me is Detroit's 11-5 against the spread this year. Green Bay's only 8-8 against the spread.
It's pretty crazy when you read those numbers about the Green Bay Packers.
They're not the Green Bay Packers of old.
I mean,
I love my Packers.
Looking at this last game, though, it looks like they might be.
Oh, yes.
They always turn it up at the end of the season. Aaron Rodgers knows how to win. I hate that I say that every frickin' year about this guy. The two teams vying to secure a playoff berth meet head to head.
You like Green Bay?
I like Green Bay.
The line's at 4.5 here. Green Bay's a 4.5 point favorite.
Yeah,
that's a weird number.
It is
kind of a dirty number, and you like Green Bay.
I do. I think no matter what, the Packers find a way to win this, either by a field goal or by a touchdown. I am betting on that they do the touchdown. I do think the Lions probably show some grit in this one and score some points, though.
I think they're going to, they've been a gritty team all year. They've been able to bounce back. They'll win one, they'll lose one, they'll win one, they'll lose one.
I want them to win.
Yeah. But we're not we're not betting with our heart
For
here.
sure
We're betting with our head here.
Yeah.
And I do think it's Lambeau Field, it's Detroit, and everything you said, and being a Bears fan, I feel your pain as far as those darn Packers turning it on when it matters most.
For sure.
They have the body of work. And Detroit, they've had their struggles out of the dome.
Yes.
When they're not at home. And Goff.
Yeah.
Jared Goff. When he's not in Detroit, his numbers take a substantial hit, and it kind of goes the opposite way for Aaron Rodgers. It's just like magic dust or something.
That's just all I'm saying in this game. I trust the veteran quarterback here. Aaron Rodgers will find a way to win this game. The more and more we talk about it, though, Andy, I don't know if they cover this and the Packers just win by a field goal. The Lions are also 9-2 against the spread in their last 11 games against the Packers, and either have won or lost by less than 5 points. So it's right there. The bookmakers know exactly what they're doing, putting that 4.5. Give me the Packers. Definitely going to win this game. I think they cover the 4.5.
All right, let's do it. So, Mr. Parlay Pounder.
Yes, sir.
Final week of the NFL, week 18. You have to have another parlay play for the folks.
I do. I got a 3-team player prop parlay.
Oh, here we go.
First one, we just got done talking about him, Aaron Rodgers.
Okay.
Going in with over 230 yards. That's going to smack. Next piece, I got Derrick Henry going to have a huge game against the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yes.
Over 91.5 rushing yards. That smacks. He's getting 100 easy in the last game. Game of the year.
Okay.
Last one I'm throwing in there is Justin Jefferson. Just talked about him.
No way.
Over 90 yards. I think he gets this easily. Over 90 is easy. He's going for 200. 90 should be a breeze for him.
I really like that. I thought it was going to be inflated a little bit more than 90.
No.
Because not 192, right, is to get the record?
Yes, sir.
So he only needs 90. Oh, yeah. I mean, Kirk Cousins has to feed him the ball.
He
Kirk
does.
Thuggins, he's going to air it out.
So that's a $25 bet to cash in 125. I think they're all three pretty good bets, and it should hit.
It should hit. All right, well, it's about that time. Then should we wrap it up?
Let's do it.
Hey, this has been a wonderful NFL regular season. I want to thank all of our listeners who've been tuning in, who've been finding us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or ESPN Tri-City Radios. This has been a wonderful ride, and just watching our social media channels grow as well.
For sure.
This has been a lot of fun.
It has been.
I got to thank Play Action Pools and also Nebraska Brewing Company for hopping on board with us and sponsoring the show. Without them, obviously, we couldn't be here.
Yes.
For Jabron, the Parlay Pounder, I'm Andy Klassen. Thank you for listening. This has been WTL.